Welcome to Seize the Mains by Raj Malhotra's IS Academy. I am Surbhi Sardana and I'm taking this daily answer writing initiative from Monday to Saturday at 9 p.m. with you. This initiative basically focuses on topics from current affairs which can directly be seen in your mains papers, whether it's UPSC or state civil services. So even if you're an aspirant from states or you're an aspirant of UPSC civil services exam, this initiative is going to be of immense benefit for you. Do join us here. All the topics that we discuss here, all the questions and answers that we take are strictly from current affairs. Let's see how does this function. We have this website running which is rajisacademy.com. In the mains answer writing section of rajisacademy.com, all the content of Seize the Mains, all the questions and answers that we have discussed till date, they get updated here. So you can check out all these questions with their respective answers, read them out, and also what you can do is in the comment section, write your model answers, type them or click pictures of your model answer and post them in the comment section, and they will be reviewed by our team and you'll receive a feedback for those answers entirely free of cost. Let's see what is the topic for today. It's heat waves. Heat waves, it has been felt that heat waves would be prevailing over north and northwestern India this year. It has also been predicted that this year is going to be an El Nino year. So let's see what is the question there. The question is, what are heat waves? Discuss the various factors that lead to formation of heat waves. Answer in 250 words and submit your answers at rajisacademy.com. See, heat waves basically they have been covered by various newspapers recently. For the past 2 days, we've seen a lot of articles, a lot of researches regarding why heat waves occur in the country. So let's look at how this question functions, how this question will work. What are heat waves? So define heat waves. The best option is give the definition that is given to us by IMD, or then move on to describing what are the various factors that lead to formation of heat waves. So let's see what are heat waves first. According to IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, a region has a heat wave if ambient temperature deviates by at least 4.5 to 6.4 degree centigrade or Celsius from the long-term average. So not from the previous year, but just remember from the long-term average. There is also a heat wave if the maximum temperature crosses 45 degrees Celsius over a certain area, and if it is a hill station, then the maximum temperature, if it crosses 37 degrees Celsius, then it is considered that the place is undergoing a heat wave. So what are the causes basically? Let's give one line of a definition, that heat waves basically are formed for one of the two reasons. Because warmer air is flowing into that area, warm air is coming from somewhere else, warmer air is flowing from elsewhere, or because something is producing it locally, warmer air is produced locally. So two reasons can be there. Then air is warmed locally when the air is warmed by higher land surface temperature, or because the air is sinking down from above and is compressed along the way, producing hot air near the surface. Now we look at the causes, the exact causes which have appeared in the Hindu newspaper, which was provided by a research regarding heat waves, and these points they have been they have been curated with respect to India. Nature geoscience offers explanations as to how different processes contribute to heat waves. So heat wave, when we talk about this concept, we generally focus on north and northwestern India, but the previous year we saw that heat waves, they were flowing as far as South India as well. So in spring, India typically has air flowing from the west northwest. So the Middle East, basically where the air is coming from, Middle East is warming up at a very high rate as compared to the rest of the world. So whatever air that we are getting from this area is basically warmer. So that is leading towards heat waves. The other air that is flowing is from northwest, that is from Afghanistan and Pakistan. So some of the compression happens on the leeward side of mountains, and hence we get hotter air when it enters India. Then the air flowing over the oceans, that is expected to be cooler because land warms faster and ocean that warms up slowly. So in summers we expect that the air coming from the ocean, that should be a bit cooler, but air that comes towards north and northwestern India is strictly from Arabian Sea in this summer season. So when it comes from Arabian Sea is basically the ocean which is getting warmed up very fast, as it is warming fast than most other oceans of this region. Then the fourth is the strong upper atmospheric westerly winds. They can be of rescue, which come in from the Atlantic Ocean over India during spring. They control the near surface winds. the energy to run past the earth, because earth is, you know, rotating from west to east, and westerlies also flow in that direction only, but they are actually flowing faster than the rate of rotation of earth, so they are faster than earth. So the energy to run past the earth near the surface against the surface friction can only come from above. This descending air compresses and it warms up to generate some heat waves. That is also basically becoming a cause. Then finally you have this lapse rate. Lapse rate is the rate at which temperatures cool from the surface to upper atmosphere. This lapse rate is basically decreasing with time due to increase in global warming. So global warming is actually increasing the heat waves. Not only that, it is also helping sustain your heat waves. So global warming also tends to warm the upper atmosphere faster than the air near the surface. This in turn means that the sinking air is warmer due to global warming and thus produces heat waves as it sinks and compresses. Then finally there are other factors for northwestern heat waves and for southern heat waves. That is the concept of air mass. The air masses that prevail in skies or in areas of North India or Northwestern India, these air masses, they come from 800 to 1600 kilometer away, and they are basically 2 days old. While for peninsular India, they are basically 1 day old, so they are not that hot or they are not that dense, to be precise. So over North and Northwestern India, you see a very high intensity of heat waves. The temperature is also higher. So now in the conclusion, see, basically this is a very simple question. If you know about these 4-5 areas from where the wind is flowing in northern, northwestern region and even the peninsular region, this question becomes very easy. Now in the conclusion, just highlight that the intensity of heat waves is rising, the frequency is also rising. So in 2022 itself, heat wave season was unusual because the heat waves, they extended much further south into peninsular India, which was not seen before because of north-south pressure patterns set up by the La Nina. We've seen 3 years of La Nina now. A world affecting weather phenomena in which a band of cool water spreads east-west across the equatorial Pacific Ocean. Now heat wave events, they have started to occur once every few years and are more intense than before. The area that is covered by heat waves, that is also increasing by these heat waves, has been expanding, as we saw in this case, that from northern India it went to peninsular India as well in the previous year. So this year again we are scared. So basically, you know, we need to have a plan to mitigate the impacts of heat waves. So in some heat waves have a sophisticated anatomy with important implications for how well can we predict them. So basically, to predict them, you need to understand what are the processes behind it. The processes, the modes of formation, location and age of the air mass, they can be helped, they can be taken use of to predict heat waves much more precisely, so people can take adequate precautions. The adverse impact of heat waves indicate that effective disaster adaptation strategies. See, this is very important for all your GS papers. Towards your conclusion, write like a civil servant. Write a conclusion like a civil servant, give solutions, give a way forward. So disaster adaptation strategies and more robust disaster management policies are required in heat wave zones to lessen the impact of heat waves. Further improvements in forecast warnings coupled with city-wide graded heat action plans. We can have regional graded action plans, we can have city-wise graded action plans for tackling heat waves, for looking at the side effects. In July 2022, it was seen that the impact of global warming and heat waves is more on the vulnerable sections of population, especially the poor people who cannot afford artificial cooling systems and who have to work probably in an open environment as daily wage laborers, who have to travel, who have to commute on bicycles or on foot or in public transport. So see, your response action plans or city-wide graded heat action plans are required. So this is here we can give a way forward for this answer. Any question that you see in geography or disaster management and which is associated with climate change, a disaster induced by climate change, should be coupled with, you know, creative way forwards, creative strategies to tackle the issue. Now visit our website, the link is there in the description, rajayesacademy.com, and here in the mains answer writing section, look for question 202, that is 202. This is day 202 of the discussion. So all the content that has appeared here is available on our website. Look for the question and its answer and post your answers to us, send your answers to us on the website itself in the comment section. I'll see you with another discussion tomorrow at 9 p.m. Till then, stay tuned and all the best.